Street Eats Hong Kong. I'm on the lookout for what the locals are eating, and maybe we'll try some. And in these back alleys, I'm going to hope to accomplish that for a low price, show you what you can get, and hopefully not lose a kidney. You can get soy milk, and you can get these fried dough. This right here is what maybe 40% of Chinese eat in the morning. Is one stick of this fried dough, or one of these sesame buns, and a cup of hot, steaming hot soy milk, either in white or black sesame, and that's breakfast. Only 7 Hong Kong dollars. You can get some good morning gruel too. These stands are all over the place, and you can have different varieties of gruel, and each cup of gruel's got something different in it. All very cheap, good for the health. Here's all of the ingredients you can put in there. A lot of it's dried, not processed. It's just raw ingredients, nuts and dried fruits and herbs. They put that in the good morning gruel, eat that, and then that's for best health, Chinese style, for thousands of years. Okay, see a big sign that says $12 or 12 yuan. Gotta see what it is. Let's take a look. Oh my god, it's chopped up meat and rice. You can get duck, chicken, or I think maybe pork, freshly chopped. They hang them up like this, roast them, and this guy will give you a big old tub of rice, and then chop up the various meats, barbecue or roasted. Put that inside the rice, and there you go. You got yourself a good lunch, Hong Kong style, fresh. Duck, goose, chicken, and other kinds of meats, all fresh roasted. Another meat stand right here. You've got the good parts of the meat, the whole animal hanging in the rack. You can see the prices there. And then you've got the non-tastier bits, or the waste or whatever, and there you can go. There's a plate of it right there, and that's the cheap stuff. That's the stuff that most people don't go after. The joints, the tendons, the brain, and so on, intestines. But this guy right here, he's cooking it up, chopping it up, putting it in some rice, and for like 10, 12, as low as 10 or 12 Hong Kong dollars, that's lunch. And you're not going to get a better value in all of Hong Kong. And those right there are some of the biggest baozi, those buns with meat in them that I've ever seen in Asia. And they're only, I believe, 7 Hong Kong dollars per bun. And then these are 4, these jiaozi, which have meat or seafood in them. And they look huge. Right there is some kind of croissant, or pastry. This pastry may or may not have nuts and meat in it. But these things are big here. You can find the big ones on the street in Hong Kong. They'll be smaller with less meat in them in the mainland. Good. Look at the size of those sausages. Some of this is, there's pepper and eggplant. And there's some fried up dumplings and jiaozi. And the sausages are there. You got what looks like potato fritters there. But then there's the big guys right there. Big sausages. And this is all la bu la. It's like a collection of what you'd find in Louisiana, where you have some kind of fish fry, but this is all kinds of meat, sausages, and some of it's barbecued, some of it is not. Right there you got a steamed up smorgasbord of meatballs, dumplings, fried food, sausages, and peppers. Really amazing. All on a stick too. There you got some entrails and intestines and things like that maybe you're not into. However, I do recommend getting some spicy seafood on a stick. That's fairly safe and tasty. Squid in Asia is always a pretty good bet. But you can also get waffles. Not exactly Belgian waffles, but not too bad. Get those on a stick, or get them with some kind of condiment is good. Hong Kong dollars. Here's some spicy meatballs. What do you think? Does that make you hungry, or does that make you lose your appetite? You could be losing a lot more if you eat too many of them. There's the non-spicy bunch. And then in here, 饺子，是的饺子。
no, 烧麦。
叫什么？
rice roll.
Rice. It's rice roll.
Yes.
Wow, I never had the rice roll before. How about how to? Because that right there is fish balls. Fish balls. And then these sauces here, maybe sesame, pepper, and oil. That's where you get into some trouble right there because
the satay sauce. Satay sauce.
oh yeah.
Maybe my most
Secret recipe.
Yes.
This is like barbecue in the United States. You know, we have a secret recipe and then you promote that. So put that on the fish balls or the rice rolls and then you've got yourself a great snack.
All the things you can put inside. Put this.
Hong Kong food is more like the Chinese you might have back home in the West. A lot of sweet and sour, a lot of steamed dumplings, and looks a lot more similar than some of the stuff you have. Ooh, there's a curry right there. That's some kind of beef curry. That's a tofu. That's egg and tomato. And that's some kind of noodle dish with vegetables, yams. That's chicken with tofu. And so you can see you get that with some rice, and it's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap. Hong Kong bakeries are also kind of nice. They've got a lot of confectionaries here. They're real cheap, as they are in the mainland, but they're just a little bit better quality here. And bigger portions too. So, you see a bakery, try one of these. You might like it. It's less sweet than the baked goods in the West. Pies. Brought over from Portugal to Macau and also made famous in Hong Kong because of it. Got milk, cheese, cream, meat, pumpkin, barbecue, pork pie, American apple, and so on, and it just goes on and on and on. That's really good. And what you should guys all know about Hong Kong is that it's famous for its diners. This is like the East Coast United States diners or the LA diners, you know, where it's you get good food, you get a reasonable price, and I highly recommend it. So what are the menus like for the Hong Kong style diners? Well, let's take a look. Real big on the fish balls as far as it just being a little bit too weird, and the flavor is just not right for me. But this stuff here, the Malaysian variety of stuff that you can get, the Southeast Asian dishes, are really wonderful in Hong Kong. These are Hong Kong style, which are also real good. But the Southeast Asia, the Malaysian, and the island foods that you can get in Hong Kong that you just can't get in the mainland are what you want to kind of go for. You won't be disappointed. Part of Street Eats is not just ready to eat or ready to order. It's also the stuff you can buy to take home and cook up a fancy little feast. And these open air markets here, these are probably the best deal you're going to find in the city. Better than the supermarket, better than restaurant, obviously, for price. All of it fresh. As far as bartering though, Hong Kong's not exactly the best place to barter for price. The mainland, you can do that for almost anything, and I mean anything. But here, you know, it's no BS. It's like, you want it, buy it, or get out. They have no time for chatter. But the produce is good. You see, you got different sweet potatoes, yams, you got all kinds of different eggs, fruits and vegetables, spices, nuts, and so on. So sometimes You just take it home and cook it, and that's the best street eats. What would street eats be without knowing what the fruit is? Fruit stands, prices in Hong Kong for fruit. This fruit here is really good, but its prices are astronomical. Pomegranate. We've got mangosteen. We've got peaches and pears of different varieties. Cherries, 42 Hong Kong dollars a pound, and so on and so on. This is ice cream reinvented, liquid nitrogen ice cream. It's really Korean style. They call it lab-made ice cream. Let's see how it tastes. That's liquid nitrogen ice cream. That's why you get the gas coming off it. Oh, okay, cool.
Nhất